Hello guys and welcome back to the Thingy Lab. Today we are going to explore the basics of Bambu Studio. So let's get started. In the first section we have the printer section. Here you can select the printer that you have. If you don't find your printer, you can just go to select remove printers. And here you can select your printer. If you don't have an Bambu Lab printer, you can go to create printer and you're gonna choose another printer. Let's take it from this one. You have to fill in the settings. Then you have the base plate options. Here you can select what base plate you used. Here you can sync your info with the printer. Here you can select the diameter of your nozzle that you're using and the flow. Here you have the project filament section. Here you can add filaments by clicking the plus and removing filament by the last filament by clicking the minus. Here you can select the type of filament that you have. If you don't find your filament here, you can click add or remove filaments. And here you can fill in the form for creating your filament. If you don't find your filament here, go to custom, create new, and you can select your vendor, then the type, then you can put the serial that you have, and then the filament percent. Then here you can select the color. If you click here, you can select your color. Let's put white. If you put white and then OK, it will turn into white and the color here. But I'm gonna keep it on this color. Okay. Now let's go to the process. Here you're gonna start with strength. The first setting is the wall loops. The wall loops is how many walls you have on your object on this side. If I put 0 and click preview, you're gonna see that you don't have any walls. Oh no, warning, oh my god. That means, this warning means that you have floating regions that are not, that don't stay on your B plate. Like this and this. These are not staying on the build plate, and it says to enable support generation. We're gonna go through that in the meantime. Here, you see that it's orange. You may think that's an error or something like that. No. It just shows you that you don't have the original value put by Bambu Studio here. If you click on this icon, it will put the original value. Now, here we have the top and bottom shells. If you click here and put 0, and here 0, and here 0, you are gonna see that here you will not have up here anything. You're just gonna see the infill. This applies for the bottom too. So let's put back the original values. And now, here you have the sparse infill. Here, you can put how much infill or filament it puts inside your objects. If you drag this thing down, you're gonna see that it has a lot of squares and uses 10 grams of filament. If I go back and put here, let's put 2%, you will see that it has less filament put, and you have here 8.17 grams. If I put back 15 and I select honeycomb, you will see that the infill pattern will change. For me, it looks better. You can use it for different prints. Now, let's go to the support section. Here we have the support generation. As I said, if you enable support and click on preview, you're gonna see that it has now supports, but tree type, the tree type. They look kind of like trees. Now, after this, you, if you go back to prepare and type, and then you're gonna select, if you're gonna select normal auto, you may wonder, what does this do? Well, if you go back to preview, after you selected normal auto, you're gonna see that the infill type changed. I mean, the support type changed, and you're not using a tree type. Now, if you click on the manual ones, this is harder to master because you need to manually put the supports. It's very hard. Now, the next section is about others. We're gonna talk about the brim type. Here, if you put our brim only, it will make your prints stick better to the plate if they're small. And auto puts that brim automatically when it thinks that you need to. See, you have this thing here. So, okay. Now let's talk about the toolbar that is up here. First is the add option. Here you can add other files, 3MF, step, STL, SVG, OBGA, and AMF, or others. If I add this one, you will see that it has been added, and I will delete it. Second is the add plate. This adds another plate, but you can remove it by clicking the X. Now, the next one is the auto orient. This auto orients your object, so it uses less filament for the supports and they look better. This is the move tool. This helps you move your objects very accurate, but you can move them like this too. This is the rotate tool. This makes your object to rotate. Now I'm gonna put it back on the axis. This is the scale tool. Like this, you can scale your object. Let's put 250. And this scaled my object 250 times. But if you want them to look better, you might want to turn on uniform scale, because if you don't, this is what happens. Boom. It looks kind of funny. Now, this is the text shape tool. This helps you put your text on your print. If you want them embedded in your print, you can just change this to how much do you want them to be embedded in your print. And now the last tool is the measure tool. This helps you measure your objects. First you gotta select your object, and then you gotta select the measure tool and click the 2 points. I'm gonna click this point and this point, and now the distance is 8.326 millimeters and the angle is 38. Okay, this is all for the preview page. Now, the prepare. Now the preview. Here, you can use this thing. This helps you slice your whole object from top to bottom to see how it looks inside. And this just takes off the layer. It just shows you how the layers will be printed. Like this. Let's put it at the layer, I don't know, 40. If I drag this, it shows me how the layers will be printed. That looks kind of cool. Now, this is the model page, the slicing result. Here, it shows that how much filament, grams, it used for the print. For me, it's 10 grams. Here are the filament change times and the costs. Here is the prepare and time-lapse time, the model printing time, and the total printing time. I hope this video was helpful. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.